English Fluency Class 101.
Have you ever started a new project or a new goal with so much energy and excitement, only to find yourself losing motivation a few weeks or months later? Hello, and welcome back to English Fluency Class 101. I'm your host, Mia, and this is the place where we make English learning a practical tool for personal growth and success. It's so great to have you back with us for episode 3 of season 1 of our podcast series. We've already talked about building a simple morning routine and the power of decluttering our lives. Today, we're building on those ideas by tackling a challenge that many of us face: staying motivated on a long-term goal. And of course, I am joined by my wonderful co-host, Lucas.
Thanks, Mia. It's fantastic to be here for our 3rd episode. This topic is so important because almost every big goal, whether it's learning a new language, getting a new job, or running a marathon, is a long-term journey. The initial burst of motivation is great, but it's the consistent, day-to-day effort that truly gets us to the finish line. Today, we want to talk about how to keep that momentum going, even when you don't feel like it.
That's a key point, Lucas. We often think of motivation as a feeling that comes and goes, but what we're going to discuss today is how to make it a more reliable action, a habit. So, to start us off, what do you think is the biggest reason people lose motivation on a long-term goal?
I think the biggest reason is a lack of visible progress. A long-term goal can feel so big and far away that you start to feel like you're not making any real progress. You might put in a lot of effort for weeks, but if you don't see tangible results, it's easy to get discouraged and think, what's the point of all this hard work?
That's a great insight. The goal feels too big to handle, and that can be really overwhelming. So, what's the first step to combat that feeling of being overwhelmed?
The first step is to break down your big goal into small, manageable steps. This is a principle we've touched on before, but it is absolutely essential for long-term goals. If your goal is to learn English fluently, don't just say, I want to be fluent. Break it down into something like, I will learn 10 new vocabulary words this week, or I will have a 10-minute conversation with a native speaker by the end of the month.
I love that. It turns a huge abstract goal into a series of achievable tasks. Each time you complete one of those small tasks, you get a little win, and those small wins build up and create momentum. What's the next step after breaking the goal down?
The next step is to track your progress. When you're on a long journey, you need a map and a way to see how far you've come. This can be as simple as a checklist in a notebook, an app on your phone, or a visual tracker on your wall. Seeing the list of things you've accomplished can be incredibly motivating. It provides tangible evidence that your hard work is paying off, even if the final goal still feels far away.
That's so true. It gives you a sense of accomplishment and a visual representation of your journey. I've heard of a strategy called the don't break the chain method. Do you know about that one?
I do. It's a fantastic method. The idea is to pick one small, consistent action related to your goal. For example, I will study English for 20 minutes every day. Then you mark an X on a calendar for every day you complete that task. The goal is to create a long chain of X's and not break it. The visual chain itself becomes a powerful motivator.
It turns the task into a game. The focus shifts from the huge goal to the simple act of not breaking the chain. I think that's a really smart way to trick your brain into staying consistent. So, what about for our listeners? What's a long-term goal you're working on right now? Comment below and share your goal with us. It's the first step to getting started. So, Lucas, we've talked about breaking down goals and tracking progress. Now let's talk about a crucial element: celebrating the small wins. Why is this so important for long-term motivation?
It's so important because a long-term goal can feel like a marathon with no water breaks. Celebrating small wins provides that necessary rest and positive reinforcement. When you achieve a mini goal, like completing a difficult chapter in a book or finishing a week of consistent workouts, take a moment to acknowledge it. Give yourself a small reward. This tells your brain that your hard work is valuable and worth continuing.
That makes perfect sense. The reward doesn't have to be big or expensive. It could be something as simple as allowing yourself to watch an episode of your favorite show or getting your favorite cup of coffee. It's a form of positive self-talk that keeps you going.
Exactly. It's about creating a positive feedback loop. When you take action, you get a small win. When you celebrate that win, you get a little boost of dopamine, which makes you want to take action again.
And I think another key strategy for staying motivated is to revisit your why. We talked about this a little in our last episodes, but it's so critical for long-term goals. Why did you start this journey in the first place? What's the deep reason for wanting to achieve this goal?
That's a powerful tool. When you feel unmotivated, you need to reconnect with your original purpose. For example, if you're learning English, why are you doing it? Is it to get a better job? To travel more easily? To connect with more people? Reminding yourself of that deeper reason can pull you out of a motivational slump. It's about connecting the daily actions to the bigger vision.
And sometimes a long-term goal can be even more about the person you become along the way, rather than the final destination. The habits you build, the discipline you develop, and the skills you acquire are the real long-term benefits. It's about identity.
That's a profound thought, Mia. I love that idea. It shifts the focus from what I will get to who I will become. When you believe you are the type of person who is a hard worker, or a healthy person, or a fluent English speaker, it becomes easier to take the actions that those people take.
It's a fundamental change in mindset. What do you think, our listeners? Is your motivation for your goal more about the final results or the person you'll become? Comment below your thoughts on this.
Lucas, until now, we've talked about what to do when motivation is low. But let's talk about the big elephant in the room: setbacks. What happens when you fall completely off track? You miss a few days, a week, or even a month. How do you get back on the horse without feeling like a failure?
This is probably the most crucial part of staying motivated. The key is to reframe setbacks as part of the process, not a sign of failure. Everyone, even the most successful people, has setbacks. The difference is that successful people don't let a setback stop them completely. They don't have an all-or-nothing mindset.
That's a powerful and freeing thought. It's not about being perfect, it's about being persistent. So, what's the strategy for getting back on track?
The strategy is to just start again, right now. Don't wait for a new week or a new month. Just do one small action today, even if it's just a quick review of your notes or a 5-minute stretch. The goal is to break the streak of an action and get back into a positive rhythm, no matter how small the first step is.
I love that. It's a very non-judgmental way to approach it. Just start again, no matter how small. Now, Lucas, what about the power of having a support system? Can a community help with motivation?
Absolutely. Accountability and community are huge for long-term goals. Sharing your goals with a friend, a family member, or an online community can provide a sense of support and gentle pressure. Knowing that others are on a similar journey can make you feel less alone and more motivated to show up for yourself.
That's so true. It's so much easier to stay consistent when you have people to share your successes and challenges with. It's a way to externalize your motivation.
And it's a great opportunity for our listeners to engage with us. We want to be part of your support system. So for our listeners, what's a simple strategy you use to stay motivated when you feel like giving up? Share your tips with us in the comments.
That's a great idea. I also think it's important to remember that rest is not a sign of weakness. Sometimes a lack of motivation is a sign of burnout. Taking a day or two off to rest and recharge can be exactly what you need to get your energy and passion back.
That's a fantastic point. Your body and mind need time to recover. A long-term goal is a marathon, not a sprint, and you need to pace yourself. Taking a break to rest can actually make you more productive and motivated in the long run.
So, to recap, staying motivated on a long-term goal is a skill you can develop. It's not a feeling you wait for. The key steps are to break down your goal into small, manageable tasks. Track your progress, celebrate your small wins, and stay connected to your why. And remember, setbacks are a normal part of the process. Just start again the next day.
And finally, don't be afraid to adjust your goal. If you realize your goal is no longer serving you, it's okay to change course. Flexibility is a sign of strength and self-awareness.
We really hope this episode has given you some practical tools to help you stay motivated on your long-term goals. We believe in you and your ability to achieve them.
Thank you so much for joining us for this third episode of the English Fluency Class 101 podcast series. We have so many more exciting topics planned for you to help you on your English learning journey.
If you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful, please do us a favor. Like this video, share it with a friend who might benefit, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our future episodes. Your support helps us grow and continue to create content that can help you become a more fluent English speaker and achieve your goals.
Until next time, stay motivated and keep going.
Like, share, and subscribe.